demo.
Okay.
All right, so today we're gonna talk about mainly we're concentrating on Fast Tuition Plus. The functionality in Tuition Plus is similar to Pay. So basically, there's a two portion to this application. One portion is, as you could see right now, which is the tuition toolbox, the school toolbox. This is what the school is gonna see to manage their accounts, and the other portion of it, which is the parents, what the parents gonna see. So when you go to the parents section, you go to settings and you go to customize. Here, click here to go to the default landing page. This will take you to the school, the parents portion of it. Okay, all right, so we're gonna start with the school portion. The school admin, basically the dashboard would give you overview of everything in terms of the payments. You could do a 6-month, 3-month, and so on and so forth. This is a demo site, which is everybody has access to. And so far for the demo site, it just did a credit card only. I just give you a little idea what the real site gonna look like. This is one of our school, Mother Macaulay is one of your school as well. So you will see the credit card is in orange payments, and also the blue is for checks. Okay. Favorites, which is this is the reports the people the school access the most. This could be preset in the under the setting. Reports, there are transaction report, deposit report, called auto payments, and payment categories. Transaction report is a real-time report that when the parents make a payment, and the parent will get an email, and so is the school administrator. And also the school administrator could come here under the transaction report, be able to see in real time. When they click on the plus sign, they will see what are the payments. As you could see, it gives them the detailed payment, donation, football tickets, lunch, and so on and so forth. If this payment is before batched by end of the day, if they realize this is a mistake payment, they could come over here to void this payment. And also they could send a receipt to whoever requests another receipt for this. Export this transaction report. Hold on a second. Let me move this. The transaction report will be able to export it to various files. Right now we have few, and we're developing few more. You could export to Excel file. It could Excel to QuickBooks and Peachtree and Sage. We are working on Blackbaud and some other ones. Search function is very handy. You could search by anything, date, transactions, and so on and so forth, be able to find the data they need. Deposit report. Deposit report, this is a demo. You don't see it, but I'm going to show you a real data transaction report, what that look like. So usually every day there are 2 batches. One batch is for credit card, and the other batch is for e-checks, if there is any e-check payments. They batch all the credit cards together and deposit total into the bank account, and they put all the e-check payments together and deposit. When they go to the transaction the deposit report, when they click on the plus sign, they will be able to see details of each payment. When they click on plus sign again, they will be able to see each parent's detailed payments. Same thing, could do search and could do export. Auto payments. Here are the parents. Here are the parents who set up auto payments. You will see the active auto payments. You will see the completed auto payments, and also which auto payment has been canceled or stopped. This is one thing is pretty nice, is that when the school will be able to modify the auto payments as well. For instance, there was one school, the payment is supposed to be $335. The parents put $6,375. So in that instance, the school could come over here and do the edit of the amounts. The payment that what they could edit is the payment date, frequency, and also the amount need to be charged that they could do edit. And they could stop and cancel the payment as well, cancel the auto payments for the parents. So in this sense, the school has a lot of control of the payments. Payment category. Payment category basically is a report the school will be able to, let's say if they want to see who has paid for the football tickets, they will be able to sort it out with the payment categories to get various reports. Same thing with the search and export. Pay tools. Pay tools, there are two are very popular. One is eTerminal. What does that eTerminal do is, let's say if somebody who does not want to do it themselves online, they want their parents, they want their school to do it. So they could call in with their credit card information or credit card information here or check information. They could set up, the school could set up a payment for them. Or another thing is that if the school, if a parents, well, okay, let's go here first. This could be set up as a one-time or reoccurring. If it's a reoccurring, we do give the school more choices. We give the school one time, every week, every 2 weeks. Every week and every 2 weeks, most of the school decide they don't want it to show it as an option for the parents. But we keep an option for the schools to use, because let's say if somebody who's having a hard time doing the monthly payments, they could talk to school and they negotiate something to pay it on weekly basis or bi-weekly basis. So this is something the school could set it up on behalf of the parents. If we're gonna do every monthly, we'll have a payment date, month, starting year, ending month, and ending year. Invoice. Invoice is pretty convenient for the parents. So this is how you create an invoice. When you come over here, select a student to create an invoice. This invoice could a subject, line, and once you select a student, it will have pre-fill the student billing information. The date of the issuing always it default as today's date, and the month, the due date, it defaults to month from now, but that could be changed however the school is needed. They also could do a schedule a recurrent invoice to go out on monthly basis or weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, bi-monthly, quarterly, yearly basis. So if they have a tuition reminder email, that could go out on monthly basis. Just a reminder saying, hey, the payment is due. Ending date, if you set up a recurrent monthly payment or bi-monthly payment, what's the ending date going to be? and offer discount. A lot of schools do offer discounts if the parents pay on the first day or second day or before the fifth of each month. They could offer various discounts. Those are up to school to set it up. So when we set something up, we will go to items, just select everything. Then you have choice to put the quantity in there. It would give you a cost, and also it gives a flexibility for the school to see if they charge tax or not, because some school is nonprofit, but certain schools are not nonprofits, and they could charge tax over here. Another thing is it could attach any files. So this invoice is really good, let's say for a field trip. When they have to collect a field trip fee that does not impact the whole school, but just impact, let's say, few classes, they could create an invoice just for that few classes and also attach to a PDF file for their permission slip, and so on and so forth. So everything goes out one email to the parents. They could see this, the permission slip, and if there's a term condition could be added over here. So we could save and view. So this is what the invoice is gonna look like. The school information over here. This is the invoice information. This is the parent information or the student information. Here are the payments. And on the bottom, the parents will receive an email with this e-invoice. So on the bottom of it, they will be able to click on pay button and take them to the payment page and with the balance. So they'll be able to do that, to do the payments right there. Manage. Hold on a second, Ted. I have to check to see what you said. Yes, you could send an invoice to multiple families. When you go to the e-invoice, when you select create, when you select students, you will be able to select student from the list. However many students you want to include it, so it will be included in the e-invoice. So they could send out multiple families with one e-invoice, especially let's say for the field trip is the same amount of money and going to multiple families. Yes, that is doable. All right, so next, manage. Under manage, we do have a student roster. So basically how this student roster, there's a couple ways to create the student roster. There's a couple ways of creating student roster. One way of creating student roster is when the parents come to the parent portal, do a registration. Once they do a registration, it would create a student roster right here. So our recommendation is always for the parents to go there and to create their own login, because instead of for the school to create takes hours to do, and the parents could do it within couple seconds to create. And when they do a login information, when they create the login information, they could use their Facebook, their Google account, their Twitter or LinkedIn account for the login. So this way they won't have any problems of forgetting their IDs and password. That was our biggest problem, biggest help ticket is trying to, reset their password and they forgot password and so on and so forth. So after we have created this, I have eliminated quite a bit of the login problems. So once they create this student roster, the school will be able to come over here and be able to check and to do any type of modification if it's needed. There's another way to populate this student roster is that the school will be able to import a student roster. So when they import it, they could import all the student roster with the balance account on there. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. So the next thing is item. Item basically is related to e-invoices. Relate to e-invoices. So when people create e-invoices, all the attachments of the payment categories, the payment items would be coming from here. This is very easy to create: code, pricing, and description. That's it. Administrator. What the administrator does is that it gives different priorities, give different priorities for various things. There are 3 different priorities. One is admin manager, the other one is user manager and transaction manager. The admin manager basically be able to control everything. User manager will be able to edit and subtract or modify the student roster. Transaction manager will be able to do the e-terminal and e-invoicing. Settings, we make everything very flexible. They could change various things, quite a few things that they could modify within settings, and we could satisfy what their needs are. So this is why our system is very flexible, given that our settings is be able to customizable to each one of them. Notification, basically we do send out a lot of notifications to the schools and also to the parents. If the school or if they want to disable some of the emails notifications, they could be disabled right here. Email templates, we do send out emails, as I said, with everything. That would be successful payments, return payment, decline payments, auto completed payments, auto payments close to expiration, any transaction returns. Any of those things happens, we will automatically send out an email to both to the parents. Reports, those are the things that we are currently accounting software are currently we are able to export to, no problem at all. And as I said, there are a couple other things that we are working on to edit, like Blackbaud and some other popular ones. Layout, basically all this stuff we will set up before we send to the school. All those will be set up, and during training, according to what the school's special needs are, this could be adjusted as well. Yeah, this is something that I have mentioned. When you wanted to go to the parent portal, just go to settings, go to my information, and click over here to go to the landing page. Category. basically, before we turn the site over to the school, we set up everything, customize everything up for the parents, for the school. But the only thing we don't set up is the payment category, because every school has their own payment categories. They have their own needs. So this is something that we will help them to set up, or during training, if they have a list of it, we'll show them how to set up. If you have any questions, we could set all this up during training. The support, we have an online help desk. They could send up any questions they might have. They will have a ticket, open tickets, and they do have any questions. This is a very detailed instruction, step-by-step instruction, show them how to do everything. Do you have any questions? This is basically it for school management portal.
Leah, this
Yes.
is Rochelle. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. My question is about Blackbaud and anything else that we may not offer yet. If a school says, well, we're using Blackbaud, can we help them with that now?
Yes, we could. Once if somebody who has Blackbaud, they want to sign up, or our department, accounting department, will work with them and to set up the Blackbaud for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's jump to the student portion of it, the parents payment portion of it. The parents payment portion, basically, there are 3 ways of doing payments with the parents. Well, there are 2 ways of doing payments. One way is a quick pay. Quick pay is for parents who just don't want to log in, do not want to keep tracking of their information. They just want to do, let's say the grandparents, they just want to do a one-time payment. They could come over here, select the payment category, football tickets, fundraising, or paying for lunch, let's say $50, $60. Soccer fee, it's another $40. Any note the parents want to communicate to the school, could put it over here. As you could see, once I select the different categories, it gives you a total right here, what the categories are. The student detail, the student could put their IDs here, but if the student doesn't want to put the ID, let's say if the grandparents doesn't know what the student ID, that's okay. They could keep going as well. So I'm just gonna do a transaction over here. Select the payment method, keep going. I could say, okay, I want to pay with a credit card. I'm going to do a Discover card. This is a testing cards that doesn't really go through. I could choose to pay a one-time payment, or I could do a scheduled payment. So I'm going to do it just one-time payment, $150. I want to review it to see if it's correct. This is a correct information. So I said, okay, go ahead, pay for it. So right here, you notice that Right now, it's checking into my bank account to see if my card is valid. Either if it's not expired, I have enough money in the bank account for the credit card, and the card doing the security check, make sure I'm the person saying that I am. So it will come back and give you either approval or decline for that information. So right here, the parents will know if this transaction has gone through or not. This is just one time, but for tuition payment, we always recommend the parents to have their own login ID and password. The reason being is because the ID and password, once they log in, it will let them to keep tracking of their payment information, payment histories, and also they could save their credit card information. So I'm gonna log in. As I said, there's various ways of login. Could use Facebook, Google, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So I'm just gonna log in with this account. The dashboard, it will show me, okay, what are the recurring payment that I have set up? When is the next payment gonna do? How much gonna be? It tells me when it's gonna stop, the ending date. And here tells me the information, what the payment I have done. I could set up making a payment. It's same thing. I could do a one-time payment or schedule an automatic payment. So things like this, we would recommend, we would recommend the parents to do a scheduled automatic payment for their tuition amount. But for lunch money, for fundraising, for parking fees, and so on and so forth, that they could go in every month to pay a one-time payment. They could set up their automatic payments, as you could see over here. It gives them a lot of flexibility. They could go in to edit the amount and to pick and choose which one that they want to do, which one is not. It's not like once they set up, they still have opportunities to go in to edit each one. The payment date, so on, the payment dates and also the ending payment dates could be added. And also they'll be able to go and edit the payment methods. They will be able to set up multiple auto payments, not just one. If they want to do 3 or 4, they're able to do that. Payment methods, they will be able to set up bank account payments or credit card payments over here and save it for them to use for later on. So next time when they do a payment, when they make a payment, come over here. When they make a payment, one-time payment. It will show them all the payment method that they have saved. So they will be able to come and pick and choose which one they want or add new ones to there. This is the payment history. Payment history tells them exactly what are the payments are. When they go and click on this hourglass, it will take them into the detailed payments, tell them what they paid, what are the each categories, and so on and so forth. They also will be able to export it to Excel file for their own record. My profile. Here, this is what the parents could keep their own records here. Change password. Notification. As I said, we do send out a lot of notifications to the parents. If they think it's too many email, they don't want to receive some of the email, they could come over here and do that. Here's one thing. One-click reminder. This is something new. We just added about 3 months ago. So what does this do is that once a parent make a payment and there is opportunity for them to turn on the one-click reminder. So once they make a payment, let's say beginning of October, at October 1st. So before November 1st appears, they will receive a reminder saying, hey, you made a $500 payment on October 1st. Would you like to make the same payment again for November 1st? So this is very useful for everybody because everybody is quite busy these days, and the remainder of the payments, it works out perfectly. Link of students. Parents, a family might have multiple siblings going to the same school. Here, allow the parents to link up 2, 3, 4 siblings together who goes to the same school. The reason for that is most of the schools, they do have a different amount of payments for each grade of student. Freshmen is different fee than senior fee. So the school wants to separate all the fees together. So, but this way, when you link all the students together, it makes much easier for the parents. Instead of log in for child 1, and then after the payment, log off for child 1, then they could log in for child 2, log off. Here, it allows them to link up all their siblings together, so they could switch between the siblings. It will tell you right here which student they logged in as. Once they switch it, it will show up the name over here. Help request. This is for the parents. They could have any issues that they have. They could submit a ticket. This is the best way to get their questions answered. So this is something we've been telling the schools and encourage the parents to use this online help desk. They will get their answer back within a couple hours. Or if they leave their phone number, our help desk people will call them with solutions to their question or problems. So that concludes the parent payment portal. Anybody has any questions? Okay, if it's not, okay, so this concludes our demo. I will talk with Ted to collect information in terms of questions you might have. So we will answer the questions through an email, if that's a good way to handle this. Any questions, and please jot them down, and this concludes our demo. All right. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you, Leah.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.